It's Black Friday, the traditional start of the holiday season, but we know this year has been tough on all of our wallets with inflation and supply chain shortages all driving up the prices on electronics, clothing, and anything else you want to buy.
So this morning we're going in depth talking to a local business owner about the struggles that they faced over the last year and ways you can save on gifts this season. But first, here's a snapshot of where our state's economy stands right now. The CU Lead School of Business says Colorado is doing better than most of the country. Our inflation rate is lower. The number of people starting businesses is up, and we saw more job growth here, but it isn't all good news. The number of businesses behind on loan payments or dissolving altogether is also rising, which could reduce economic growth in the new year.
So let's bring in Denver 7's Veronica Acosta, who is live in Larimer Square. And Veronica, you spoke to a small business owner in Denver who has had a difficult year.
He has, COVID, inflation, and actually most recently almost getting his business shut down because he owed the city some money in back taxes. It has definitely put a damper on the owners of Mutiny Information Cafe in the past couple of years. But despite all that, they've been able to keep their doors open, and that really is the good news. Now, on a day like today, when so many of us are used to going to those big box stores, places like Walmart, Target, to look for that TV or whatever it may be, this co-owner says he wants everyone to take a step back and maybe think about going to a small business instead. So Jim Norris, he owns, or rather co-owns, this Mutiny Information Cafe, and he has been the co-owner for almost a decade now. He says these small businesses could really use the people, especially right now. Listen to why else he says this is so important.
When you spend money with a local business, you're not just helping some CEO that doesn't even live here. You're not helping some distribution company that doesn't even do business here. You're helping real people with families and kids, and these aren't get-rich-quick schemes opening small little boutiques. These are passion projects. And again, when you spend the money with a local business, that money stays in the community.
And I want to make this point too. Jim also said, let's say you go and spend some money at Mutiny. That money, of course, at least some of it goes back in his pocket. And then instead of going to spend all of it at places like Walmart and Target, maybe even Best Buy, he goes up the street, up South Broadway there. Maybe he goes to a small boutique or one of the other small businesses there, and then puts that money, again, right back in the community. We're live in Denver this morning. I'm Veronica Acosta. Denver 7.
Yeah, and maybe you find a unique gift that you won't find anywhere else too. All right, thank you, Veronica.
Yeah, one of my favorite reasons to shop small. Well, we know holiday shopping can feel a little bit overwhelming, so here's some advice from fellow shoppers to help you out. The first is making a list of what you want. While that's usually an activity for the kiddos, it'll help you stay on task and prevent you from buying items you don't need. Second, do your homework. Check both in-store and online to find the best deal. And sign up for those store emails. You can find out about any specials or coupon codes. Last, have your family or your friends help you out.
Have a team of friends ready to help you, scavenger hunt through the stores for what you're looking for, and just be patient and kind and polite, and you'll find what you're looking for eventually.
And if you're doing your holiday shopping online, watch out for porch pirates. A viewer sent us their Ring doorbell camera video, and you can see two people just walking right up to the front door, taking their packages, and then they drive away in a red vehicle. They say that the thieves stole $600 worth of stuff. It happened Wednesday afternoon in Denver's Harvey Park South neighborhood. If you recognize them or the car, call Denver Police. If you have video of porch pirates targeting your home, we want to include them in our Hall of Shame. You can email newstips@denver7.com. Please include the area where that theft happened, whether a police report was filed, and permission to use your video on all of our platforms.
Well, millions of Americans will be on the move this weekend, traveling for the holiday season, but a pair of storms could hurt the return trip home. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
This morning, holiday air travel is back in full swing.
I knew it would be the busiest, but I still have to make the trip.
TSA has screened more than 9.5 million passengers since Sunday, back to near pre-pandemic levels. Some airports surpassing those benchmarks.
When it comes to Thanksgiving holiday travel, Houston Airports is seeing a larger crowd than it did in 2019.
And after a chaotic spring and summer with major disruptions and a slew of cancellations, less than 200 flights were canceled over the past 2 days. But Delays were still a problem. For some families trying to avoid the travel crunch by flying on Thanksgiving Day, things didn't quite go as planned.
It was actually pretty bad because it was delayed for like hours.
And it's not just the skies. Nearly 49 million Americans hitting the roads, despite record-breaking costs at the pump. Gas prices at the highest we've ever seen for Thanksgiving.
I filled up my car, I think before I came up here, it was $5.40 something cents. And that was even cheaper for me. And this is $4.19. So I was like, this is crazy.
But as travelers make their return journeys, two storm systems could complicate things. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
And I just checked with Denver's airport. There are no significant cancellations or delays yet, so good news there. As we're just trying to get through the holiday season, though, travel experts say now would be the time to start thinking about next year's vacation.
If you're planning to travel in 2023, go ahead and book as soon as you know that you can, especially when it comes to international travel. The dollar is very, very strong against foreign currencies right now. So if you've got a bucket list trip that you want to take in 2023, the window between now and Christmas is going to be an excellent time to book that and save some money.
There you go. Permission to take that dream vacation now. AAA says if possible, book the first flight out of the day. That'll reduce your chances of delays. Well, this Thanksgiving, a Colorado family is just grateful to have every seat at the table filled.
Yeah, it could have been a much different story when Nick and Emily Menzur's Southwest Denver home caught on fire Tuesday morning. Their son-in-law says the couple, who are in their 80s, was able to escape.
My mother-in-law got out with one tennis shoe on and the other foot, nothing. My father-in-law had two socks on and stumbled out the door.
Investigators say their house is just a total loss. The couple lived there for half a century, and it's where they raised their 4 kids and made a lot of memories.
Photos of childhood moving forward, their family, their kids, their aunts, their uncles, most of it lost, or all of it now it's lost.
Right now, the Menzurs are staying with other family members. We opened up a Denver7 Gives fund to help them out, and you can donate at denver7.com. Click the Gives tab, then select Help the Menzurs After House Fire in the drop-down menu.
Well, the Orion capsule is coming back to Earth in 2 weeks, but there's something fun that we can all do while the Colorado-made spacecraft is on its trek around the moon.
And a cuddly tribute to the late Queen Elizabeth is finding new purpose.